A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we join with you on A to Y. I'm Yasas.
And I must say,
Vivas Aze is again on the go and he's not well, so I'll be doing most of the talking today because I want to keep his voice, at his voice cords and his throat at the rest as much as possible. But Aze, if you feel like you want to talk, please interrupt me and go ahead.
I will definitely, even when we are sick, we know we still deliver commitment. Of course, we are taking care of our life and self as well. But when we promise, we deliver. So that's why, on a hey, Ranga has said hi to us. Hi, Ranga. Thank you
Hi,
so much for
Ranga.
connecting.
Thanks for connecting. I think Ranga was here last week as well. Yes, Ranga, we are going to have an interesting topic today. So, Azi,
Absolutely.
without any further ado, why don't you talk about the topic?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, before I talk about the topic, Yasas, even Yasas is my colleague and my friend. This week we had very little time to connect. We usually talk a lot between each other. The reason why we couldn't connect this week is he attended to some of the prominent AI related programs in UAE. And I actually haven't had a chance to talk about it and get some insight. So where were you all this time, Yasas? What were you doing?
Very interesting, Azi. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry this whole week. Actually, we couldn't connect. I think after Monday we couldn't connect, right? And today's
Yeah.
Thursday. So several things were happening. There were several events that happened, and in fact today I was able to be part of an AI event which was hosted by the Ministry of Artificial Intelligence or they call it the AI Office of the UAE, together with NVIDIA. So several things happened this week, Kazi, in terms of technology, in terms of AI. And also Google had their marketing live yesterday, which I connected online. So a lot of things were happening around the AI space. I think I would like to take another probably day to talk about the topics on generative AI and the roadmap of AI and AI's usage in a business sense. But today, Azi, what we decided to talk was more on the impact of AI in digital marketing because we are in consultancy and most of our customers are rendering our services in the digital marketing space.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I felt it will be relevant for us to talk about because AI is the hot topic. Everybody's talking about ChatGPT, Bard AI, and all the AI tools out there. There's a
Yes.
plethora of tools now. AI is, I would say, overused. We are overwhelmed. So much of AI talk. Uh, 10 years ago, when you said AI, not many people would know AI unless they watch science fiction movies. But today, I think even a child would know what AI. At least they'll know the acronym. They'll say AI, even if they probably might
Yes.
not know what artificial
Yes.
intelligence means. It is so much used like Facebook or like Instagram in today's conversation. Probably, it's probably the most used word in the world at the moment. I believe.
100%, 100%. I mean, if we go back in time when we started marketing and sales, it's like we were exposed to, like, we were consumers, right? And we were exposed to digital channels. And during that exposure, there's a lot of human intervention. Now you get artificial intelligence. Let's talk about it. I would love to learn from you today what you have learned and how this artificial intelligence is actually impacting the digital marketing aspect of it.
Exactly, Ashish. So I must first say, like people who work with me or who are students who are in my lectures, I used to talk about how the human skills will be changing over years and how we will be using it in a different skill. Also, whilst I used to lecture, probably I stopped in 2013. That's about 10 years ago. I used to lecture for 10 years, and last few years was on digital marketing. Even in those lectures, I used to talk about, and even at Hash 3, I used to talk about how probably certain digital marketing skills will vanish, like performance marketing and advertising, because of the introduction of computer generated programming or computers making decisions for us, which is artificial intelligence. My prediction back in 2017 was it will take 10 years, but I was wrong. It's faster than that. We are already seeing this being part of Facebook, Google, and so on and so forth. So that's what we are going to talk about. Before that, I thought it was not a video. This is actually extracted from Meta AI. That's artificial intelligence team of Meta or Facebook,
Mhm.
Instagram. In this video, you would see how real time the artificial intelligence is capturing things from videos, like identifying
Wow.
animals, understanding what the product is, doing real time mapping on handwritten notes. So this is how Meta is even changing the AI, how it is really doing real time mapping. And with this, as you can see, it's being part of virtual reality, augmented reality. With Oculus products, Meta is going on virtual reality with
Mhm.
like the Ray-Ban sunglasses. They went with augmented reality, and there's so much
Mhm.
of research done that is changing the game. So very soon we would not know what's happening, whether we are talking with AI when we have conversations, or are we talking with a real person.
100%.
Because this is how it's changing. I remember the days when people were slamming the call center business, saying we are answering credit card calls from a different
Mm.
country, and people was
Mm.
feeling so tricked. So they've considered it unethical, especially if they were answering a call in UK or USA. And when
Mm.
somebody in the Philippines or India was answering the call, now today
Yeah.
we are seeing a different thing. We are speaking to a body that's not existing. We are not speaking
Yeah.
to human beings anymore. We saw a
True.
little bit of this with chatbots coming in, and it wasn't a great experience for most of the humans. But today, AI is mimicking, or sometimes they're being better than humans in the way they're interacting with us. So this
Mm.
is how the digital marketing industry is in one way getting impacted. But more than that, Asi, what I want to talk about was especially taking Meta, especially taking Google, because last week or early this week, Meta announced their Advantage Plus products, or how they are using AI in advertising to improve advertising. Same way, early yesterday morning, Google announced how Google ads are going to be powered with AI. So these are the type of trends and discussion we are going to have today. We are going to talk about some of these things, because this will really impact the advertising market. It can also change the way we look at advertising when it comes to AI. By the way, we have Kasun who's connected, who says hi. Hi Kasun, a big shout
Hey,
out to you
Kasun.
as well. Thank you for
Hi, Kasun.
connecting. So let me just move on. This is actually I've taken this slide in courtesy of with courtesy of Meta AI again. These are four research areas that if you type Meta AI on Google, you'll find out a page or a web page where they are talking about the AI projects they're doing. There's so much of research that's happening. If you look at Nvidia, they're doing a lot of research on AI. If you look at
Mhm.
Google does a lot of research on AI. There's a lot of things that's happening on AI. So these are four areas that Meta themselves are spending time. Natural language processing is basically how machine language, or how computers are basically understanding the natural way of language used by humans, and
Mm.
research related to that. Computer vision is what I was showing you, how real-time objects were identified, because AI initially came for categorization, sorting kind of mechanisms. If you remember back in the
Mhm.
days, probably about 10 years ago, Aziz, there was a time
Yeah.
we were surprised when we upload a photograph on Facebook, how we were
That's right.
automatically tagged. I hope you remember with the facial
Yeah.
recognition, but
Yes.
with the privacy, things were changing. That is how Facebook or Meta at that time was integrating AI, automatically
Mm.
doing facial recognition when you upload it. So much
Mm.
so, I used to remember, I used to show people, when you right click and you look at the HTML, in the alter tag, ALT tag, you would see a description of what the photograph is. Right? So Meta was actually early in the game. So was Google. If you
Yeah.
look at Google's the algorithm, the search rankings, all are AI powered, but it was used in a different situation. So today's speech and audio, there's a lot of research done on that, on speech to
Mm.
text, text to speech. There are AI tools that's creating Instagram, YouTube videos today, right?
Yes.
With real life kind of voices. So there's research going on, and then the generative AI that we are seeing today, which is creating new content that is not
Mm.
existing. Now, a computer can easily index, go back, look at what is available, and reprint it, or kind of throw it out at the screen to you. But
Yes.
generative AI is where they're generating unique content, taking the experience, the learnings, taking the prompt that we type in, they can generate new things. This is what generative AI is, and this is
Mm.
where the ChatGPT came in as a generative pre-trained translator, where they came and they showed how a tool, AI tool, can generate new things. So this is how AI is evolving, and if you go
Mm.
into like, let's take web browsers. What you see on the left is Bing. How early signs of Bing is going to be
Mm.
powered with OpenAI. So
Mm.
you're just going to ask things on your Chrome browser. Your search engine is going to be AI powered. On the right hand side, Google has already showed how they're going to integrate Bard AI into Google search. So
Correct.
search is no more going to be search anymore. Search is searching what is there, what is available, or looking at what's available out there. AI is going to generate content for you. It's going to do real time things. It's going to take not only search results, it's going to generate things for you. So today we are talking of knowledge era where human knowledge is kind of not becoming adequate. We are getting so much overwhelmed trying to keep up with the technology change, keeping up with the
Correct.
news, the challenges, the new things that's happening there. Like what we learned 10 years ago already is outdated. What we learned 5 years
Mm.
ago is outdated. What we learned last year is getting outdated. That is how fast this
Yeah.
industry is changing, whether you're in digital marketing or tech or any other industry, right? Very soon we are going to,
Mm.
I'm struggling at the moment to go for driving lessons, having a driving license for probably last 20 years. I'm again redoing it in the region because it's a left-hand drive region where my driving license is not accepted. But very soon, driving license is going to be obsolete because there's going to be self-driven cars out there. You don't need
Yes.
driving is not going to be a skill anymore, right? That is how AI is powering everything we are doing. So in a way, I feel it's going too fast. It's worrisome because you don't know where to spend your time. It's like a gamble. Because, but one thing I can tell you is this hype or this perception about AI killing jobs. I wouldn't really call it that way. I would rather say AI is changing our jobs. It's just like there are many jobs in the past that's not relevant today, right?
Mm.
So example of self-driving cars, taxi drivers probably might, being a taxi driver, a cab driver is not going to be a profession in future. We are
Mm.
already talking about how certain professions like lawyers, how it can
Mm.
probably get disrupted, how the medical industry can be disrupted. Today we are talking about how digital marketers can probably be obsolete after some time, right? But the
Mm.
important thing is it's not going to take your job. Your job is going to improve. When I was in the ERP market, I used to say the same thing because when you say ERP, when you talk about enterprise automation, employees were fearing it. They were thinking, oh, my job is going to be taken by
Mm.
enterprise solutions. But what we said is,
Correct.
no, your job role is going to be enhanced. You're going to do more analytical things. You're not going to do operational things. You're just getting away from data entry. You're going to start analyzing things. Same thing with AI. Today, all of us have to start learning more about what AI is or how we can use AI, or maybe learn about the new engineerings like the prompt engineering,
Mm.
where you not only feed prompts of AI where you train them, but also where you try to master how can I give the right prompt to get the right generative solution
Answer.
by AI faster.
Mm.
Because if you're going to spend more time typing things and giving the wrong prompts, your time is going to be wasted on the figuring out the right prompt. So today
True.
maybe you need to get skilled on understand how can you do proper prompting, how can you get your results generated
Mm.
faster. So
Mm.
actually our jobs are going to be enriched. It's going to be different obviously, but we need to move towards that. So going into today's topic, sorry, I think I bent
Not a
all
problem.
around in
So
AI.
I will have to interrupt you for a minute. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because since we all only have about a minute, I believe, in my personal opinion, you have actually demonstrated in a way what is AI and how AI is currently functioning in the world, which is fair enough. I mean, within 15 minutes, we can't do a lot. But I believe we should talk about the impact probably next week, how the impact has the way AI is actually taking over the digital marketing space. So probably we can talk about it next week
Yeah,
and
see,
discuss
but
more.
I would like to take this slide lastly. The reason being because it's hot, it's new, and I think as
Yeah.
digital marketers or business owners, entrepreneurs, you need to know how advertising is kind of changing because
Mm.
this happened this week or early this week. On the left, what you see is Facebook talking about their AI generated advertising or how text variations are going to be popped up. So your captions, your ad captions, keywords are all going to be generated using
Wow.
AI. How your images are going to be, the background is going to
Created.
be generated. As you can see, the background is changing. On the right,
Yeah.
what you say is how image outcropping is happening. So auto cropping is going to happen. It's going to kind of remove. It's going to expand your image layout. So if you don't have the right sizes, it's going to kind of generate more for you. So
That's
this is
true.
how Facebook or Meta is talking about how they are going to use AI. On the right, what
Mm.
you see is, I'm sorry, the text is too small. How Google Ads are going to change. Again, they are going to bring in multiple options of keywords incorporated, right captions incorporated. They are going to talk about how they are going to using large asset bases. Now, Facebook, for an example, says about 155 different image assets or videos can be used for A/B testing purpose, and they'll be showing
Mm.
different types of variations, permutations of ads, and they'll be creating and finding out what works the best. Google, in the same way, is talking about even generative images. They are going to generate images entirely based on what you're going to upload. So, Google, I feel, is a bit ahead in this game, but we don't know until we really see what's working and what's happening because I
Correct.
believe Google has already launched Google Ads using AI in the US market, but not rest of the world. They are testing in certain areas. Facebook is talking about it. It's still not implemented in most of the world, but we do see how they're using AI already to make an advertiser's life easier. Or in
Mm.
the other sense, probably an advertiser's or performance marketer's job might get replaced. I'm sure Meta and Google doesn't want me to say this kind of thing, but I think it's good to know it early. Bad news early is always good news. That's how I
Good
see it.
news.
So anybody who's learning on performance marketing, who's getting to know Facebook advertising, Google advertising, or TikTok advertising, or LinkedIn. Even LinkedIn is talking about collaborative articles, how the articles, how recruitment ads are going to change with AI. So the big three: Microsoft, Google, and Facebook or Meta. Microsoft is with LinkedIn. So they are all in the AI game. We are since last year, October, November, after ChatGPT made a disruption in industry. It's like the next wave of internet. It's like the next,
Yes.
like the introduction of iPhone, right? It disrupted the industry. AI disruption has begun. So from now to the next couple of years, I think anyone who is in this industry, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a digital marketer, whether you're an innovator, you need to take AI seriously. I would say do not fight AI. Do not fight and say, look, we are losing jobs, we are going to get slaved. What's the whole point? There's no creativeness. I know, I've been through that. Being a magician, a mentalist, I am feeling okay. Does this mean that it's going to bring new entertainment? That as an
Mm.
entertainer, that will be replaceable? Probably. As a digital marketer, as a consultant, are we going to be replaceable? Yes, probably, because you could use certain language models or analytical models to replace consultants like us, probably. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean our jobs are disappearing. It just means that our jobs are going to change. We are going to
Yes.
adopt into a new era. So, as a
Correct.
last concluding comment, beyond the 15 minutes, we are in the 19th minute. What I say is, let's embrace it. Like anything in life, let's
Mm.
face it. Let's face it with courage. Let's take it in a positive manner. Yes, it is changing faster than we expect. Maybe there's a concern, ethical concern, but there's no point fighting for it. It's the same way when the airline industry came, or when
Yes.
the airline industry came, it disrupted shipping industry. When locomotives, trains were brought in, it disrupted, the earlier transportation system. Disruption will always happen with through invention and innovations. So we are in the wave of AI. Let's embrace it and let's learn more about this. Send us comments, message us, connect with us because we would love to hear from you and bring more content. So lastly, I would say thank you for everyone who has connected with us, Ranga, Kasun, who has already connected with us, leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are about how AI is impacting business industry. As we go on, let's talk a bit in future episodes about how sales is going to get disrupted with AI,
Mm.
how entrepreneurship is going to get disrupted with AI, or how we can piggyback on the AI impact. So that's what I want to say, Aziz. Sorry, I've taken about 20 minutes and I've been rushing through. But I hope this was a good opening, good introduction for us to continue next week's discussion.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think probably you and I we had to sit and discuss whether we are going to extend the 15 minutes to 20 minutes.
I think so.
Either that or stick with 15. But however, uh, whatever the information that we share, if you can agree or you can disagree, because whatever we are sharing is what we have learned, and we are looking forward to serve you next week as well. And probably we can talk about more about this particular topic next week also, isn't it, Jasas?
Definitely, we'll have a continuation, and I think I see maybe we'll have to extend 15 to 20 minutes because taking the learning from the last couple of weeks, we have been going
Yeah,
beyond 15, but less than
correct.
20. Today we passed 20, but let's try to probably stick to 20 minutes from next week onwards.
Yes, awesome.
Okay, so thank you very much, everyone who has connected with us. Let's connect next week at 5 o'clock the Gulf time, 6:30 Sri Lankan time or Indian subcontinent time. Thank you very much. I'm Yasa signing off from A to Y.
And I'm Asi signing off.
See you. Have a
Cheers.
good